We have our person who's been running a chapter from New Hampshire. She has a message from Senator Shaheen, who was here, but because we had so many other guests, he had to leave for a hearing. Latha.
Good evening. I have a distinct honor of standing here and talking about U.S. impact, wearing several hats. Let me declare that I am a newly elected legislator at the state of New Hampshire, and I fought a very hard fight. And when we talk about millions of votes, when I ran for a special election, that was my driving message. We had 5,982 registered voters in our ward, and guess how many showed up for primary election? 500. It was very heart-wrenching for me. So I made it upon myself, took it upon myself to have a mission to say, I have to knock on every door, mobilize the Indian American community that was, they thought politics was not their game. So my message was, politics is not a spectator sport. You have to engage. You have to participate. So in the general election, and it was 25%, the highest turnout in our city, but 25% compared to how many millions? That's my dream, to say we have to get the voter participation up here. Anyway, I'm talking about, that's a little bit about the voting record. And I'm talking here about, I have some very first in New Hampshire. I want to share some history about New Hampshire. We are the first in the nation primary. So those of you who know, all the presidential candidates come to New Hampshire, court the New Hampshire voters for more than 18 months before the general election. And we have the all-women delegation from New Hampshire. Our governor is a woman, both our senators are women, and both our congresswomen are women. So we have pink delegation from state of New Hampshire. And our Senator Shaheen was here, and she was called in to vote, and we couldn't get her to the mic. But our Congresswoman Annie Custer, I couldn't get her here because she's on a plane to head back, but she has given a message, and I would like to read that to you. Thank you, U.S.-India Political Action Committee. Dear friends, thank you for organizing today's event and for your work to amplify the voices of Indian Americans and to highlight the critical importance of U.S.-India relationship. I am especially thankful to my friend, Representative Latha Mangipudi, for her leadership in our home state of New Hampshire and for inviting me to participate in today's seminar. While I regret that I cannot be with you today, I'm honored to have this opportunity to address you. As the world's largest democracy, India is a vital partner of the United States on the world stage. We all stand to benefit from strengthening the economic, cultural, and political ties between the United States and India, and the Indian American community plays a key role in increasing understanding and dialogue between these two great nations. That is why I am proud to join the Congressional Caucus on India and Indian Americans, and look forward to continued work with you through this coalition. I commend you all for your commitment to educating policymakers and the public on issues facing Indian Americans. Thank you for everything you do to help build a better future together. So I did serve on as a school board member, and then in 2006, Sanjay Puri called me and said, since I had gotten off the school committee, if I would join or start a chapter of India-U.S. Political Action Committee in New Hampshire. And my question was, what are your goals? What were, educating and building ties between the two nations. That was dear and near to my heart. So I said, I will do anything to help. And it started with a small initiative of hosting an event for then Senator Evan Bayh. And the response was so overwhelming and so great. I realized that I can't sit back and just watch the world go by. We do have the talent. We do come from a great heritage. I came to this country in '85, and our country, India, gave us a great start. And I'm proud that I was educated. I came with my education and 2 suitcases to a country which is also a democratic country where I could, sky was the limit, if only I participated. And so and U.S. Impact really gave me a great platform to kind of work together and build the bridges like the previous speaker talked about. We coming from India, settling here, this is my home now. This is where my kids call home. So what do I do as a mother to connect the 2 worlds? And India PAC, U.S. India Political Action Committee has given me that platform to connect the 2. And it's been great to host a lot of events for the presidential candidates. And when they are coming through New Hampshire is unique. Unique in that sense, I'm proud to say that, because you cannot just be a bystander in New Hampshire. You have to be an active participant in a political process. And so this has given me an opportunity to meet candidates on both aisles, both sides of the party. So true bipartisan approach. And I've been honored and privileged to have that great backing from PAC. And it's just always a phone call to either Sanjay or Surabhi. They have showed up for the events. And it's very powerful to be able to have that close interaction and to get the thought process going in terms of what's important to Indian American community, what is on our agenda, or we all care for good education for our kids, good economic growth, good health care, vibrant community, a peaceful way of living. That's a common core for both communities and both nations. So we have a very common core, and that's has been a great motivating and driving force for me. And it is too bad, and I have to say, as the first Indian American to be elected to the office in state of New Hampshire, I cannot tell you the support I got from my team, our elected officials, Senator Shaheen's office, Senator, Congresswoman Carol Shea Porter, and Custer's office. My drive was to get people out to vote, so I would have 15 to 20 people every weekend knocking on the doors. So that was very, very important to us. And voter turnout was a key driving force for me. And I wish and I hope I could have Senator Shaheen speak to all of you. She's coming? Oh, great. And I know how much it means. I mean, Senator Shaheen knows how much it means to me, my community, Indian American community, and my community in New Hampshire. So I have embraced both together, and I'm really honored. And before she's coming, should I introduce her, tell her what her...
Yeah, but she's going to be here in a few minutes, right?
Okay. So I have some very special things about Senator Shaheen. She is the only, she was the first female governor in New Hampshire, and she was a 4-term governor, and she's the only governor and a U.S. senator in the country. A governor, past governor, and a senator now. And she was a school teacher, a great, great friend who she had taken a delegation. She couldn't go personally because of her obligations here, but she had sent a delegation to India in 2011. Anytime I need help or in terms of building relationship, there's always a phone call away. And so that we have that support from the local lawmakers here, and we have the support through PAC in India. And like I said, politics is not a spectator sport. If we cannot change, then who? We say the society. Who is the society? We make the society. And that's why we have to get involved. And whatever we can do to make a change in a small, incremental step, we should. And we must right now. And this moment. And this is a great opportunity, great time in the moment. The opportunity is knocking at our door. Let's embrace it and run with it. And collectively, we can achieve a big change in the world. Thank you so much.